Edudzi tamaklo. Akwane dia de pao. Edudzi. Ai. Edudzi tamaklo. Awone ni ba pao. Edudzi. Edudzi uti ase. Edudzi. Awona fon kwara na ye tam omo a. On se akrebu a oson. Ye wo na oson. Ye to no kwso ani asora motuum ni awoso no. Because we didi ye na otunti osunti. Inti awone mu sa na ka no. Edudzi. Osunti. Ene to na ne na kwso bam 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 bam. Edudzi tamaklo. Oya awone ni ba. Now wakasa on the MPA so or say we have enough stock of crude oil to last at least 2 months. A year MPA boss no akasa or say deda nipa bebreye titru MPP for a year Ghana say petrol be shorty if we say Iran any America for kuntokwa into petrol be shorty. There's one thing I like about the NDC government, and the thing I like about them, and I say they don't speculate, and when they have to tell you the truth, they go straight forward and tell you. This man, he could have lied to you and said, oh, you were 6 months of fuel, you were 9 months of fuel, or say you were 2 months, at least something over 2 months. Into Omawu, the realistic picture. Omawu tias say, Omaina yebuno, Sebio yadenokren ebu. Into say even in Tokokra na musi esi wa Iran, and as any America for Tokwani Iran for air queen say affecti the flow of petroleum product cry to Africa and not to Ghana. At least you are aware of the reality. Say, enya de obi abegina wenim etwa won tro say petrol ho for 8 months and now petrol ho for 1 year. He has been realistic. Or say petrol ho no it's about 2.5 months to be a yebetumi ekipi, and that is how governance is. You need to be realistic. You need to be honest. You need to let the people know the truth. When I heard this man make that statement, he wasn't exaggerating. He was basically being realistic. And so compare the NDC government and in the NPP government. Every single day NPP they never saw it through, because every single statement they made to you when they were in power, it was a lie. Now, so many Ghanaians, Ghana, and Iran, America, hey, Yedin kawanutum netina Ghana. The obedia no pakwa unyenyaye. Sa America for to bomb Iran. Na se Iran for to bomb Kata. Na so omo ankasa na so buku omo ho a. Unim bomb bo. Una woto na enda no pamako tena TV so. Na de bia, Iran and the war in Iran, the Americans say, hey, Yedin. Ghana for mo kasa dodo. America for no, omni Iran for no. Omo anam ndu omo pe. Memete America. And I'm sorry, I've met so many Americans, I've spoken to so many Americans, nobody's even discussing America, any Iran war. A man for Muti Israel, Omonomin Toko Amakwaka, and Omaswayesi. Say, a man for Sanigo Muswa, Munja no Munsanigo Muso. So Obisu retaliate here. And yet, yet to be discussing Iran and America for war. What we need to discuss is how we can put our country in a position whereby Santokwasi Obi Kroma, it will not affect us. Why should a fight in Iran between Iran and America be a topic for Ghana for? Whilst I water aboka, actually with Jimmy Utu Fangu Krum Kwame Nkrumah in the 70s, and only Italians built a Tema oil refinery. And Oka said the reason why into all yet Tema oil refinery no, then you say ye de baba junso gum, not ye de baba tu fango, Senebeya debi no, ye humbe chie say. Na ekrobi ni ekrobi ku na yentumi nya fango a ye betumi ankasa yi ene fango na de aboye bra. It when I wake up na some who say Ghana for TV, so they are discussing America and Iran, America and Israel, Israel and Iran. The America-Iran-Israel connection and the fight, nobody is for war. I hate it when people are being killed. I don't like it. I don't want any country to rise over any country. I don't want Americans to be killing people in Palestine. I don't want the Jewish to be killed, the Israelites to be killing people in Palestine. I don't want the Palestinians to be also using Hezbollah or whatever to be killing people in Israel. I don't want that. Nobody wants that. But hey, we are humans. We cannot prevent it, especially where we are from. So, bogus, let us sit and ask ourselves questions. Why are we today discussing oil beer and the Iran say own release? Why are we not discussing say and we are sufficient when it comes to oil and we are good? Now, Edudzi Tamaklo, the healthy baby, very very nice baby. Akra yawuna nimu edua odidi years ka wo fie friend Edudzi. Ai, eto no koso ani asodo walbotium. Now, this guy has been straightforward with you. Ghana government say they have enough. It is sitting there. They are hoping that what? It will not get to a point whereby we wouldn't have fuel. Our petrol bobe kosro. Now, we are not even supposed to be mad. We are supposed to be asking questions. This is the timer. The so-called intellectuals now, Sebio, majority of you don't have any better job to do. You sit on radio and spill nonsense. You spill shit every day, every morning because you have no job. This is the time you need to be asking the system. Why are we here? Why are we panicking as a nation? Why are we even talking about fuel shortage whilst we have Tema oil refinery? Why are we doing that? Time when you discover oil, how much oil do we produce in a day? Do we have enough oil? We as a nation, when we refine, we should be able to be sustained when it comes to oil production. These are conversations we need to be having now. Now with Jimmy Titi radio so and you see and Donald Trump and you see and then Netanyahu and you say I'm saying for Jimmy Konwa unim dia koso Iran unim dia koso America unim dia koso Israel for the chrome Palestine for unim dia mukom. You know, young people are being murdered, people are struggling, people are trying to make things work. Enti so unim nyansa when I also we are economists, when I also we are intellectual, this is the time to be asking the system questions. Now look at this. Tema oil refinery, a car, a kufuadu mujato $517 million. $517 million. What do Jimmy T radio so discuss Iran and the American tokwa? What's Ghana? Emma, the first president of Ghana, Kwame Nkrumah, to be a refinery in the 60s. In the 60s, and a Kwame Nkrumah see Tema oil refinery. We sit here, a government just left power, rendered Tema oil refinery redundant. Tema oil refinery for 8 years, they did not work. Government, MPP government, Napo, Kennedy Japan mo, Baomian in the group, they turned Tema oil refinery, almost turning as storage for their own personal products. These are things we need to be discussing. Before 2017, MPP ever power, Tema oil refinery, it was working. Clinker, Nine Ye Juma, a word that they merged the Tema oil refinery and the boss. It was working effectively. We saw progress. Yeah, handed power ma in the we left power, we gave power to them in 2017. Ever seen there and the car at that tour. 8 years, tour never worked. $517 million. We are sitting in Ghana discussing Iran and American war. Yet Ghana. Emma Anopa, near beer TV, near beer radio. Now comforted to say we are intellectuals. We can read. Now, if you can read, does it make you intelligent? Look at home. Look around you. We need to have serious conversation today. And that serious conversation should be about how can we become self-sufficient when it comes to oil. How can we? We are not a country too far and go. Yes, sorry, I said the Nyansa chain will be Yenimnyansa chain will be Yenimnyansa chain will be any Tihano, and then Tokos will be close to or Maya ye two petrol, yet your minimu air discuss say, hey, and yeah, petrol because through not when you're Jimmy Phobia or your energy aspect. Now, energy aspect now, you're not saying. Utumu of Fuibi, no, I bet radio. So this guy is an energy expert. So what's your energy? Abe expert. Now you're Ghanaian and you cannot direct, you cannot let your conversation direct people who lead our energy sector to make sure say we the energy now yeah peno. I'm talking about petroleum sector no. Say you too far and go ha entumi ananimu and refine it. I'm wire. Now energy expert now yeah the same. You are expecting and say, unim say Iran, oil, unim say America for any Iran and then I'm energy expert. We Jimmy for. When Jimmy Dodo, Ghanaians, we engage in unnecessary conversation. Totally unnecessary. Conversation and yanse bienim. Oh sorry anopa onidi ye. Oh sorry anopa onye juma nye. Neighborhood oti gate choki insoto anoti tensueni. Our house is flooded. Ni ufing. The Nisa Ponchenia Yetiani baby, Kwasiato on discussing what to change the environment or the Kwasiato discussing Iran and America. The amount of oil and also petroleum product America has store. Do you know? So America ni Iran kasa omo kwa na Iran kasa on produce oil bia wa block bibia. Do you know American can still survive? So that shouldn't be our priority. We should not get up in the morning and the whole day yet TV Sunni radio so adanya America ni Iran ko senka yawo enough oil ya bon ho ban yetumi refine. Who should be worried about America ni Iran ekontoka? The only part that we should be worried is enkwara ne emba time be wu ana. That is where my concern is. Mr. Metesi atu bomb atu baby a. I am looking at akwara na otese me ba age no. Eno na me dwene ho. Young boy, young girl be or me ba age. The akwara ni fame. Every time I look at pictures from the Palestinian state near the idea, those are the pictures disheartening. It's tough for me to watch because I put myself in that position. I put my kids in that position. And then the mommy feel say, when hame. But it's not about oil in your where Jimmy, utufango, you are sitting in Ghana discussing say in Tokobia Sinti, Yafango Nkosro. And when you hear the MPP communicators, we are happy. In Tokone si o Iran no, any American no, and Koso, send a bear petrol bobe Kosro. In Kwasiafo MPP bedi Ghana so 8 years, they could not put Tema oil refinery to work. NPP, they sat in power. They lived with us for 8 years. They could not activate Tema oil refinery. Yentumenya a cent from Tema oil refinery. But personally, as politicians, as NPP, they benefited from Tema oil refinery. How can it be like that?